Hello ladies and gentlemen, the Security over here bringing you another Minecraft World War II tutorial. This is the 150th time I am bringing you guys a World War II tutorial, which is just absolutely insane to think that, I've come from, 150 episodes of just 150 tutorials. It's just crazy to think about. It's a ton of videos, and it's crazy to think pretty much how far, I've come with those episodes and all that stuff. World War II tutorials pretty much being the main kind of series on my channel. It's pretty much what, started, all the, building and stuff like that, vehicles that I do now. So it's kind of a special series to me, and, as you guys may remember, I made a community post asking you guys what you guys would like to see, and then I took the, most requested stuff and made a poll out of it, and you guys surprisingly actually voted on, you guys wanted to see some more, like, encampment ideas, stuff like that, over some, cool, like, German aircraft. So I mean, that's perfectly fine. I'm happy to do it, and maybe this will be the start of a little extra mini series, some encampments and stuff like that, and all that stuff. So this what we're gonna be building in this kind of encampment tutorial is a World War II staff tent. This is kind of based off a German one I saw pictures of. However, it could probably be used for allies or Axis, whatever you really want to use it for. I don't think it would really matter too much. It's a nice little tent, looks pretty good, and this is meant for probably more of like officer level troops. I wouldn't say that this would be a standard GI tent. This is a little bit more luxurious, if you can even call it that, but it's still nice. It's still nice, and I'll be planning on putting like a standard GI tent together, so you guys can have a standard tent, but this is more of a nice little officer's one and all that stuff. And you'll see the luxuries that I decided to put in it, just to, kind of show you guys a little bit more about it. Anyways, let's go ahead and take a look at it. Now, before I get started, real quick, I just want to say that all the little furniture and stuff like that, I will not be doing a tutorial on. I'll be showing you guys it through the walkthrough, and you guys can decide to add it on your own if you want to. But this is mainly focused on doing the actual tent itself tutorial, but the extra stuff is just a little bit of extra additions to kind of show you guys what you can do with the tent if you decide to go and build it. So let's go ahead and get started. Now we're going to focus on the main outside the tank. The tent. It's very simple. As you can see, it's nothing too crazy. If you want to go a little bit extra and add some detail, you could probably do some mix match blocks in there to kind of show some patchwork. But this is just a pretty standard green tent, nothing too crazy. You can see it's a little bit more nicer because it has the windows on the side here. Which wasn't very standard for, standard issue tents. You also have a furnace in the inside there, which I'll cover in a second. Again, that's not something that would be with a standard GI tent. So this is, again, more of an officer type tent. Going ahead and take a look at, some of the, detail bits of it. We have the tie downs for the tent. We also have, the wooden post here to kind of support the, obviously to support the tent and everything like that. On the inside here, again, we have the wooden post all in here to, again, just to show that support and, kind of give a little bit more realism to the tent, in a sense. But overall, that's pretty much, the tent itself. Pretty nice, pretty simple. Let's go and kind of take a look on the inside here and give you guys some ideas of what you guys can do for furnishing. Now, on the outside here, I decided I want to go ahead and add some stuff. I felt that, just having stuff inside a tent's a little plain. I think having some, like, extra, like, rations or crates or maybe even have like a vehicle or a motorcycle parked out front here. Definitely just adds a little bit more to the tent and gives it a little bit more life. So that's what I decided to go ahead and do. So I have a few crates right here. On this side I have some logs here for the furnace. Obviously they would need some kind of fuel for it. We also have a nice little radio here, or my attempt at a radio, where maybe some other fellow officers or friends can gather around and listen to the radio, some music or something like that. Going ahead and going on the inside here, get some crates, some rations, a little bit of a table there. Over here there's, the furnace, a little area to prepare food or the rations. And then you have 2 cots in here. It's not very cramped, I would say it's, pretty roomy for a tent and everything like that. Very simple cots, 2 fence posts, then 2 rows of top slabs, and then 2 fence posts, and then just green carpet on top, and then some quartz half slabs there for the pillows. But again, very nice and simple design, and it overall looks really good. So I'm pretty happy for it. And if you guys want to see more military encampment type stuff, be sure to let me know if you guys want to see it and everything like that. Anyways, let's go ahead and move into the tutorial. Again, I'm going to only be focusing in on the tent itself. I will not be doing all the extra little things that I added on into it in the interior and all that stuff. That's for you guys to add, but I just want to give you guys an idea what you guys could do. Anyways, let's go ahead and move into the tutorial. Alright guys, so going ahead and move on to basically building the tent. We're going to do it all in one, go. We don't need to do layers for this, it's very nice and simplistic, so no point in doing that. But before we get started, I just want to go ahead and say that there's a few options you guys can do. I'll be providing little examples along the way for changing up the tent. But if you're putting a lot of these tents next to each other, you're not going to want to copy and paste them. You're going to want to switch them up a little bit. So this will be very basic little changes, like moving the position of the furnace, maybe not even having a furnace on a tent, or you can have the windows down. Stuff like that, just to show a little more variation, maybe some patchwork, again, as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, to kind of, switch it up a little bit. So again, I'll be providing little examples here and there along the way of how you can change stuff up. But again, if you have a bunch of these tents lined up or in one area, I would recommend kind of randomizing them up a little bit, just to give it a little bit more life and a little bit more, something nicer to look at instead of just the copied and pasted tent everywhere. Anyways, again, we're going to be focusing on building the main portion of the tent here, not all the little extra details that's for you to add, but let's get started. So we're going to place down a green wool block. I'm going to be using green wool for this. You can obviously use some kind of sandstone, or maybe like make this a gray tent, whatever you guys want to do. I feel like green's probably the most standard and best looking for a tent, so I'm going to be using that. So we're going to place down a green wool block. After, we're going to place down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 green wool blocks back, so we have a nice row of 10. After we have that done, we're going to place down a stone button on this first green wool block. So if you want to have this this tent facing this direction, this is where we're going to go and place down this stone button. After we have that done, we're going to place down a spruce wood fence on the side here. We're going to go and skip 2 spaces, place down another fence post, skip 2 spaces, another spruce wood fence post, skip 2 spaces, and another spruce wood fence post. So you can see we have these 4 spruce wood fence posts here, all with a space of 2 in between them. On the back here, we're going to place down a stone button like this. And another thing you can do, actually I just thought about this, is you can have this side of the tent open as well. I can see I have it closed up, but again, that's another option. You can just do what we do up here in the front, on the back here. But for me, I'm going to go and close this off on the back. So we're going to place down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 across, and actually we're going to place down a 6. So we have a row of 7 here of green wool across, followed by a stone button on this side as well. With that finished, we are going to go ahead and go over to this side and basically do the same thing we did over there. So we're going to place down a row of green wool going toward the front here. We're going to place down a stone button again, and our spruce wood fence posts along the side here. Again, our supports, just like that. And you can see you have a nice basis for your tent set up. Now, if you want to, you can put some kind of nice floor in. As you can see, I put like a nice mix match of grass paths and some, grass and all that stuff, just because I think it looks nice. You guys can obviously just do like a nice kind of tarp on the bottom here of the floor, something like that. Again, that's something you can do for variation, but that's just an idea of what you can do for the floor as well. Going ahead and continuing on, we're going to place down green wool here. So we're going to go and build up on what we pretty much already started here. So we have green wool. We're going to place down 1, 2, 3, and 4. Then we're going to place down 1 and 2 light gray stained glass full blocks here. For the window, you could probably also use panes. I think the full blocks look a little bit better. And then we're just going to place down 1, 2, 3, and 4 all the way to the end like that. On the back here, we're just going to go and take our green wool, place it across all the way to this side, and do the same thing we did over here, just on that side, like that. And again, if you want to have the windows closed, a very basic solution to this is just putting down green wool and placing the windows. But again, we're going to be having the windows on this version here. So that's all done there, and so we can go ahead and then take our spruce wood fence post and just go and build up on the fence post we've already placed down, just like this. Also on the inside here, we're going to place down a row of 2 fence posts here in the center. On the end here, we're going to go ahead and go to this section here. We're going to place down, again, 2 fence posts going up, just like that, so you can see it's kind of in between these first glass blocks like that. And then we're going to go all the way to the front here in between this section here, and then place down 2 fence posts also going up there for our supports on the inside of the tent. Going ahead and continuing on, we're going to place down another spruce wood fence post up on top of these fence posts, making them a nice row 3 up. We're going to go and take our green wool again. We're going to place down 1, 2, and 3, and 4 on the side here. We're then going to place down 1 and 2 light gray stained glass blocks, and then 1, 2, 3, and 4 green wool blocks back. We're going to take our stone buttons, and on either end here on this green wool block, we're going to place down a stone button like that. Now on the sides here, we're going to place down 1 and 2 dark oak with top slabs coming off these glass blocks like that. And this is meant to represent the extra kind of tarp that would be kind of like spun up right here that can be dropped down to cover up the windows. So with that finished, we're going to go ahead and then take iron bars. We're going to place down iron bar coming on top of these two. Spruce wood fence post in the center. We're going to place down one coming off that fence post right here. And then we're going to place down one that's here connected on this grass block. So you can see they kind of go down at an angle like that. And those are our tie downs. For the ones on the corners here, we're going to place down a iron bar. One more that comes off this one right here. And then we're going to place this one that kind of goes over at an angle. Just like that. So you can see here how it kind of looks. Something like that. Very simple. Going to this section here, we're going to do basically the same thing, like that for the front there. We then want to go ahead and go to this side, and we're going to basically build the same thing. So we're going to take our green wool, place it along the side here, place our light gray, stained glass full blocks, row of 4 green wool. We're going to place down our stone buns again on either side, and then we just want to go ahead and place down our iron bars. Again, just like we did on the other side here. I'm going to do a little bit faster this time, but it's the same thing, just over here on this side. So just like that, and again, those are the tie downs for the tent. Along the back here, we're going to place down a row of 3 of green wool just to kind of close it off again. And on the 2 blocks here, next to these stone buttons here, we're also going to place down some tie downs coming off. And these are going to just come down straight down at angles, or at an angle going down, just like that. Very nice, very simple. Going up to the front here, we're going to go ahead and place down a green wool block like this, coming off on the other side. We're also going to place down a dark oak wood upside down stair on both sides like that. Once we have that finished, we're going to go ahead and go off these green wool blocks. We're going to place down 1, 2, and 3 iron bars coming off of it, and then same thing right here, 1, 2, and 3 going down at an angle just like we did on the back there, again for our tie downs. With that finished, going ahead and continuing on, we're going to go ahead and take some dark oak wood slabs. We're going to place down a row of dark oak wood slabs going toward the back here, all on top of this green wool block, going back to this one right here, and same thing right here. We're just going to go ahead and run this back like so. We can also grab ourselves some green carpet. We're going to place down green carpet on top of those light gray stained glass full blocks and also on top of the dark oak wood half slabs. Same thing right over here. We can take some stone buttons and we're going to place down one here on the corners and then one right here on these 2 green wool blocks on the other side of the green carpet like that. And same thing over here on this side for a bit of detail on the top here. Going ahead and continuing on, we're going to go and take our green wool. We're going to start from the back here. We're going to place down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. We're then going to place down a dark oak wood upside down stair right up here in the front. And same thing over here. Take our green wool and bring it basically to the front here. And then we're going to stop one space before and place down our upside down stair just like that. Once we have that done, we're going to take our spruce wood. We're actually going to place down a green wool block here in the very center on the back there like that. And then we're going to take our spruce wood spruce wood fences and we're going to place down a row like this that goes all the way to the front just like that, again for our supports. And then on the top here to finish it off, we're just going to go and take some dark oak wood slabs, place down a row all the way across the top there like that. We can take our stone buns and kind of do what we did down here. Stone bun right here, skip a space of 2, stone bun, skip a space of 2, stone bun, and skip a space of 2 and a stone bun, and same thing over here just like that. And that's pretty much your, basic design for your tent. If you wanted to add the furnace in, it's very simple. We're just going to go and take, a furnace itself, some cobblestone walls, everything like that. Figure out a place you want to put it. So let's say we want to put it right here. We're going to put the furnace in. We're going to place down 1 and 2 cobblestone walls up. Now, whatever block that, or whatever slab the cobblestone walls connect to on the roof here, we're going to swap that out for a stone full block. And then we're just going to place down 1 and 2 cobblestone walls up like that. So very simple for adding the furnace, and again, you can put this pretty much anywhere you want to. If you want to put it on the back here, you can put it on the back. You can just go crazy with where you want to actually put it. So but that's pretty much it for the World War II staff tent. Pretty cool design for it. Very nice, very simple. I like the way it came out. And again, you can add all kinds of little detail, make this thing come more to life by adding some crazy stuff in it and all that stuff. So, anyways, hope you guys did enjoy this tutorial and you are able to use it for whatever you guys are working on. If you guys do have business design, I do ask that you guys give me credit for it still. This can be anything from a sign on the build to my channel or this video if this does appear on any social media sites. As long as you guys give me credit for it, you're free to use it for whatever projects you guys are working on and everything like that. Thank you guys so much for supporting the channel and getting me to 105 Minecraft World War II tutorials. I really do appreciate it. And other than that, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. As always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. This has been Gary 2x4, and I'll see you guys next time.